Hello everyone, JSGC here again, and we're here for another Manchester City transfer update. We're going to be talking about all the ins and outs with Manchester City, and alas, we have our first signing of the summer for the first team, so we'll talk about that in a moment. But before we get on with this video, just wanted to say, if you are interested in this content, make sure you support my channel by pressing the red button, subscribing and pressing the bell to put your push notifications on to be notified immediately when I've uploaded, to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. If you're interested too, you can go and check out my social media links, which you can find in description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram. If you so wish, you can go and follow me on there. And don't forget, you can leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and you can also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So we're going to crack on with this video, and we're going to be talking about the ins, and we'll be talking about the big news of the ins later on. But first, someone asked for a Cancelo update yesterday, so I've got a Cancelo update. Now, Italian sources were saying that Bayern Munich, they're moving very swiftly at this moment in trying to secure the signature of Joao Cancelo. Manchester City's move for Cancelo, of course, has stalled, with Danilo's future still a little bit uncertain and a little bit undecided too, and with that halting, that's holding up the deal, and Bayern are looking to try and move in swiftly to try and complete the deal under the noses of Manchester City. So that's where we're at this moment in time. Bayern battling with Manchester City, a little bit like the Harry Maguire transfer with City and United battling each other. Now, got another update on another player that we've been linked with quite a bit over the summer, and it comes in the form of Joao Felix, the other Joao player from Portugal. Now, Atletico Madrid, they yesterday confirmed the signing of the Portuguese youngster from Benfica for a whopping €126 million. Now, it's under the illusion that the release clause in his contract was €120 million. They've gone up to 126. I'm not too sure why that is, but that is a whopping transfer. That is huge. A triple-figure digit transfer. Incredible. And Atletico Madrid have paid it, so I presume that's what they're spending their Antoine Griezmann and Rodri money on. Of course, Antoine Griezmann expected to leave to join Barcelona in a big deal, and Rodri, of course, expected to join Manchester City in a big deal. Now, we'll move on to the transfer that happened yesterday. So, Manchester City yesterday night at 7 PM British summertime announced their first signing, with Angelino rejoining Manchester City from PSV Eindhoven. Now, it's been reported that it was a £5.3 million release clause. The MEN are really debating this, by the way. They're insistent that it's around £10 million, not 5.3. But a lot of other sources, and I mean a lot of other sources, are insistent that it's 5.3. And as far as I'm aware, it's £5.3 million, so I'm not too sure where MEN's got £10 million from, but they seem to be the only source saying that. But City won't release how much it was, so I'm going to presume I'll go with the majority here and say £5.3 million. Anyway, he signed a 4-year deal. This is subject to international clearance. Don't be concerned about international clearance. He'll 100% get international clearance. So that signing's done and dusted. He'll be ready for next week for pre-season. Of course, his deal was expected, with his girlfriend seemingly announcing the transfer herself just a couple of days ago. But there we go. So, like I said, I'm expecting him to be in and around the first team, hopefully. I expect so anyway. So I don't think he's going to be sold on for profit, which I think is good. He's going to be classed as homegrown, which I found extremely interesting, because he's been at Manchester City before, been here a number of years, spent numerous years here as a young player. He's going to be classed as homegrown, which is good for Manchester City, another homegrown player for them to be able to register. Of course, I said City were lacking a little bit in the homegrown quota, so that's good for them. Also now paves the way for Fabian Delph, which I'll talk about when we get on to the out. But a former academy man, showing that you can go out on loan, have a permanent transfer, and still make a success. You don't need promoting to Manchester City's first team right from the academy to make a success of your career. It's shown that there is alternative ways of making it at Manchester City, and I'm hoping Angelino will be able to have a very successful career at Manchester City. Obviously, we've seen it with Zinchenko, and I'm certain that if Angelino can put in as much hard work as Zinchenko has, then he can make the left-back position his own too. Provides very good competition here for Zinchenko, and it also allows us the option, if we wish, to move Zinchenko into alternative positions, either going forwards or going into midfield even. I mean, he's a player that I imagine could probably play just about anywhere on the pitch. I mean, he's an attacking player that can play at left back. If he could do that, I imagine he could probably slot in and do defensive midfield and jobs in the centre too. So just a versatile option there, and good competition. Of course, with Mendy being so injury prone, it adds a little bit more competition to the left back position. It also now casts doubt on a couple of players, which again I'll talk about when we get into the outs. But just wanted to say, welcome aboard Angelino. Wish you all the best at Manchester City. So please do leave in the comments below all your best well wishes for Angelino, who returns to Manchester City. Now we're going to move on to the big update of this video, and it's the player that's on everybody's lips. Rodri now. We signed Angelino. We move on to our next signing. Now, this signing is imminent too. Manchester City yesterday travelled to La Liga headquarters in Madrid. They released his €70 million release clause, which means now that he is no longer an Atletico Madrid player. They've got the €70 million. He's no longer a player at Atletico Madrid. He'll be signing for Manchester City. He'll be travelling to Manchester. I've heard some rumours that he's already in Manchester. I've not seen picture evidence, but I have heard a lot of people saying that he is in Manchester. And to be honest, I'd be surprised if he wasn't in Manchester right now, because we've released his clause. He's no longer an Atletico Madrid player. Why does he need to be in Madrid right now? He needs to be nowhere else other than Manchester to seal his future. Personal terms needs agreeing and a medical needs doing. Remember though, yesterday I said personal terms signed and sealed already, coming from Sky Italia. They're very reliable with this, by the way. 5-year deal. So literally just needs confirming by Manchester City, because the transfer's already been confirmed by Atletico Madrid. So literally, we just need personal terms and a medical. MEM were reporting it will take a few days. Sam Lee yesterday was saying it will be done today, so we'll have to see. Several sources are saying this deal will be done today. So once again, I'm going to take the word of the majority here and presume that this deal will be done today. And if indeed Rodri is in Manchester, which I firmly believe that he is, I expect this signing to probably be announced today. Like I said, if personal terms are already agreed, he literally just needs to sign the contract and go and do a medical. If he's in Manchester today, that medical, you would think, would either be later this morning into the afternoon, ready for this evening for that transfer to be announced. These players are then ready for pre-season, which is what I've been saying for the last couple of days. And so that's where we're at with Rodri. Fantastic. We're expecting our second summer signing today. It's going to be Manchester City's biggest transfer to date, with their most expensive transfer to date, beating the record that we paid for Riyad Mahrez last season. So we wait again. Obviously, when Manchester City, honestly, it's now when, not if, when Manchester City announce the signing of Rodri, I'll be the first to let you know, and I'm hoping we'll have another video out today confirming the welcome Rodri video, so make sure you stay tuned to that one, and make sure you press the bell, put your push notifications on, and subscribe to my channel. Easiest way to stay up to date with this Rodri deal, by the way, with things developing over the next 24 hours or so, is to go and check out my Twitter, because I will retweet sources and tweet what the latest is happening with Rodri, so stay up to date with that. It's the most exciting part of the transfers, isn't it? The conclusion of them. So now we're just here to wait. So we're going to move on to the outs now. We're going to talk about a couple of players. Sam Lee was speaking yesterday night that because Manchester City signed Angelino, now cast doubts on a couple of Manchester City players. So the first player that we're going to talk about is Danilo. Now Sam Lee was reporting that City has stepped up their efforts now to try and sell Danilo with the arrival of Angelino. Obviously Angelino can play at left back, so we literally just need a player that can play at right back. Obviously City have been chasing Cancelo. They know that if they can sort out the future of Danilo quite quickly, they can go and chase another right back. We've already missed out on Wan-Bissaka. We face the potential of missing out also on Cancelo, with Bayern Munich having some interest. So City need to sort out that stall very quickly. My fear is though that with competition from Bayern Munich, Juventus will probably try and up their bid. Of course, they were willing to accept around €50 million with around 5 to 10 million in add-ons. With Bayern Munich interested, if they're willing to match that, Juventus will want more money. So it's a potentially difficult transfer, but the biggest hurdle we've got is Danilo. If we could sort out his future first, then there's no stalls there. Then it just becomes as simple as securing the signature of any transfer that we go through with any player that doesn't have a release clause. And last but not least, in the outs, we're going to be talking about another player that's future's now been put into doubt. Fabian Delph. Sam Lee's been reporting Fabian Delph will be on his way out of Manchester City, and apparently he's already cleared his locker at Manchester City, and I don't know why, but that made me quite sad. Fabian Delph, a boisterous person, a person that you'd like to have in and around your team. I mean, obviously, we're looking for quality, and Fabian Delph now had a fantastic 2018 season. In terms of 2019, really the standards that we was looking for. City have obviously improved in his position, so it's cast doubts on him. With Angelino coming in and he's homegrown, Fabian Delph, you feel like, as sad and as much as I don't want to say it, he's no longer needed. And so obviously he's got links with Turkey coming in. I imagine some English teams will probably be interested too. Obviously wage might be a bit of a problem because he'll be on quite high wages at City, so he'll probably have to lower his wage demands. But I don't know how to feel about it. It makes me sad. Fabian Delph, I mean, he's been a good servant at Manchester City. He's been a very good player. He's a player that really stepped up at a time when we needed a player to step up, and he did that. So, reading that he's cleared his locker out, it did. It made me sad. So, we'll have to wait and see on the future of Fabian Delph and Danilo. When I have updates on that, I will, of course, give it to you on the transfer updates. So, I'll see you all again for the next video, hoping that'll be today with the Rodri announcement. So, make sure you stay tuned for that one. Make sure you subscribe, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We've smashed past 4,100 subscribers now. We're going at a rapid rate, so that's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm hoping we'll be at 5,000 at some point soon. So make sure you subscribe, and any help towards that will be much appreciated. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you go and check out my social media links in description below and popping up on screen, my Twitter and Instagram. Stay up to date with everything happening with Manchester City throughout the next 24 hours. So it's worthwhile. Go and follow me on Twitter so I can keep you up to date with what's happening with that Rodri deal. And make sure also you leave your thoughts in the comments below. So I'll see you all again for the next video. So it's been JSGC. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.